hopefully at some point.
Once we make it big in the podcasting world.
I know, like, man, if only we can make like $50 first.
If somebody would send us $1, we should put our Venmo up. Just
if
anything, please.
If every follower just sent us $1, we would have like
lunch. We would have lunch.
Well, I mean, because I did post about it on our last one, because we have 50 something on YouTube, I think it's 10 on Spotify. But then if you go across other stuff for
just the shorts and stuff,
yeah.
So people are not necessarily subscribing to the full show, but are watching some of our content.
Yeah, because of you.
Because of me? What did I do?
Well, it's. I guess because of your voice, I guess it's soothing enough so that they listen to you and like a lot of your things. And they look at me and they're like, ah.
Well then, hello, listeners.
Oh, someone's really going to do that. They're going to take that clip and they'll be like, yeah.
ASMR time.
Yeah, they're going to be flicking beans.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, we're going to switch to ASMR over here on the Rubber Duck Syndicate. That's our new thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to grow my nails. I have to start doing things.
Tapping on the microphone. Yeah. Apparently that's a real thing. I have listened to some, but I don't get.
With your pants on?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to see if that the purported effect of ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yeah.
And so supposedly it's if you hear right at the whisper level that the way that your brain interprets sounds at that volume, there's a sensation there. So it's an internal tingling kind of feeling. So yeah, I mean it is supposedly a thing that really happens to some people. I wanted to see if it happened for me, and it doesn't.
Okay. Well, maybe you're not attuned to the ASMR world, to get that sensation.
Yeah. But it is apparently real enough that it's a huge thing, and we know what ASMR is.
Yeah. And pretty much for, I would say it's for the good reasons. It's mostly bad. It's not
bad.
Not bad. Okay, yeah, I'll rephrase
we're not going to couch it in terms of good and bad.
Yeah, we don't yuck anyone's yum, but
definitely more pornographic.
Yeah, it is a little bit more pornographic that we know about it. It's not because we listen to it for that. No, I don't. I was no.
What porn do you listen to? Oh.
If you think about that.
Speaking of porn, I wrote stuff. I wrote stuff down. Speaking of abrupt segues, I've actually been maintaining my list of stuff to talk about. So I think one of them, or at least maybe more, knowing me probably a lot, was related to that. Where we go? Okay, yeah. Actually, I had two.
All right.
So one. So I have to recount a scene. I'll leave out the particular, gushy details, but the fun ones,
gushy.
Yeah, I will include here. So, yes, I was watching a pornographic scene. I know,
Daniel.
I know. It involved 3 young women.
That okay?
But. So I will leave to your imagination what was actually happening, but I will mention that
triangle cigarettes.
No, so this was, imagine a first person POV view.
Okay.
And so there was one young woman, center, and then the other 2 were leaned underneath to give attention to
All right.
But the young woman in the center was particularly well endowed, and so her breasts were literally flopping on the heads of the other 2, and they both noticed it, and they were trying not to crack up. And then they were doing their job very well, so they decided to throw in some improv and say, "I love it when your boobs hit me on the back of the head." And I was just, it completely snapped me out of the whole pornographic moment. I was just, like, I was having a moment with them. I was laughing along with them. And they were having such a good time. And they had to do this. It was part of their job. They have to do the dirty talk no matter how dumb it sounds.
I just...
I wish there were a way I could show you a clip of this because it really is funny, but no, it would not make it on YouTube.
We cannot do that.
Yeah.
But the fact is just I always find it amusing when you can laugh at intimate moments like that. Yeah. Because a lot of people have...
It's okay to laugh during sex, just don't point.
Yes. I would say that. But... laughter can be a part of an intimate moment, because all right. So I will tell folks, the pornography that you are watching is
classy porn.
Is classy porn, but it's also those people are actors. Mm-hmm. They are professionals at doing what they're doing. So when they're doing stuff that you're watching, you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. You could try.
Not without a spotter.
Yeah, you can try. Yeah. You can definitely try, but, the world of pornography from real sex is vastly different.
Yeah, these people are in better shape than you are.
Oh, yeah, they're in much better shape because, you're watching that video and it could be a 15-minute video, but they were on set all day. So they've been filming for at least 2 or 3 hours. So that is some stamina for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 3 hours of continuous motion.
Yeah.
But it is a lot more than an average human being can sustain.
Yes. So if you're trying to compare yourself to, the video stars that are out there, don't do that. You're not going to measure up to them. If you do, then, congratulations to you.
Yeah, and the one thing that you can learn from porn, that is a legitimate good thing, is good improv skills. I'm not even kidding. Mm-hmm. If you learn how to everyone talks about how the noises in porn are so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's but the alternative is what you want your partner to just lay there silently.
There are people that do that.
Yeah, I know. There are starfish.
They are very much starfish, and it's just a very weird thing. You're like, oh, this does not feel good.
Yeah, so even if it's fake, even if you're not actually making those wild noises, let your partner know that they're doing something you enjoy. Vocalize. It's healthy and it's fun. And then if you get into the dirty talk improv, that's really fun, even if you both know you're full of shit.
Yes. Yeah, you have to be more realistic about it, because there are, let's say, younger people, watching these and thinking that oh, that's how it should be performed, that's how long it should last. No, because I'll also say this: if someone approaches me via an app and they're like, oh, I'm going to have sex with you all night, well, the fuck you aren't. I'm not. All night? No. I'm my time window is a 5-minute window to maybe an hour. That's it. If you're oh yeah, we're gonna have sex, no, we aren't. I don't know who the fuck you're talking to, but it's not me.
Because we're not factoring in hydration breaks here. Fuck you.
Yeah, but if you actually connect with someone, and you have the intimate moments. Yeah, maybe you have a break. You're like, hey, my leg is giving out. Time out. Cramp. Time out. Or, the funniest thing that happens is if you're doing the deed, someone farts. It's fucking hilarious. You have to acknowledge it.
Well, at least you're relaxed and comfortable.
Yeah, but someone farts, you have to laugh. Yeah, so you're supposed to be like mid-stroke or whatever you're doing.
There will be inevitably an unintentional collision.
Yeah.
You know, so like you're going for a kiss and like bang your teeth together, or you'll make a move and suddenly the knee goes where it should not go, and so like, it breaks the rhythm definitely. But also if you can't laugh about that and find that funny, then it's I don't know, it's not as intimate as you think.
Yeah, so, I would say if you have those intimate moments with people, like, be open to it. Be like, don't think that you're a star. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you have star performance because, like, sometimes you do.
If your partner is doing the porn improv right, you will absolutely believe that.
What I'm thinking about right now is from Letterkenny when they were talking about the sounds.
It's been a while for me for watching Letterkenny.
Someone will put it right here, maybe.
What are we putting there? A clip or?
Yeah, it's going to be a clip.
Well, then we should be quiet for a few minutes.
Oh, sure.
We'll just pause right here, and we'll make a face, and then pause the video for as long as we need to.
There we go.
Yeah, we're not going to edit that at all.
I think this is your video this time.
Okay,
so.
well, we'll see what I can do.
No, you'll be able to find it. You'll find it. And you're like, oh yeah, this scene.
Well, it's related to like one of the other porno related thing on my list of stuff to talk about was the believability of the porno tropes.
Okay.
Because there are there's things that happen a lot in pornography, and obviously it's fantasy, it's produced, it's all fictional, but there are so many things that happen repeatedly and consistently throughout different forms of pornography, usually involving people indicating what they like. Mm-hmm. Like it's like sometimes it's like I will not go into particular phrases, but it's like vocalizing how much you love being tossed around, or that you enjoy rough handling, mm-hmm. or that you really enjoy the act that you're doing, even if the act that you're doing does not involve a whole lot of pleasure nerves for you. So like oral sex, for example, mm-hmm. In porno, the people providing oral sex fucking love doing it. And I know that there are some people that genuinely enjoy that, but I want to know how realistic is that trope? I mean, I do know for a fact that there are also people that do not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, and those people are wrong.
Yeah. They are. And so one of the other tropes is involving this particular one, and this is where we might get slightly more graphic in the description here. When a person is undergoing or performing oral sex mm-hmm. On a male, and there's another person involved in the scene, they are usually compelled to offer porno improv lines just to fill the air, and they will say, "You look so good like that. Doesn't she look so pretty with a dick in her mouth?" They will say that, and the answer to that is, as far as I can tell, objectively, no, she does not. I will give it up for, those actors, because every once in a while, you'll see, you're like, oh, they actually look decent doing this act at the moment. But if you ever subjected yourself to filming yourself and watching it later, you're like, oh. You're like, whose face is that?
You're like, what? Why am I doing this? And you look at yourself and you look at your habits and you're like, wow, I do not belong on camera. Not doing that anyways.
Yeah, and this is a related question that just occurred to me. Mm-hmm. Porn stars,
yes.
People that are professional, fantasy creators that, they look good and hot and they do these things on camera for a living. I can't imagine a lot of them watch a whole lot of porn.
I imagine not.
But do they watch their own movies? And how do they respond to that? Because that's either something they are either like, fuck yeah, I rocked this, I look great in that, or they are getting more crippling body issues.
Yeah, because not everyone, a vast majority of people have body dysmorphia. Because you look at these, not just the actors in pornography, but regular actors, athletes, and other people out
we,
there.
we only show beautiful people. We don't show ordinary people.
Yeah, but when you show an ordinary person next to one of these people that are super ripped, super hot, whatever it is, you're like, oh, that person's disgusting. And then you see them out in the world. You're
like if you were to stand me up next to Chris Hemsworth would have total body dysmorphia.
Yes, because Chris is very insecure about his body. He's like I played Thor, but am I really swinging horse?
Well, here's the question to the Hemsworths of the world, like the actual Hemsworths and the other professionally good-looking people. Like there has to be something that. Well, let me back up and rephrase that. Like, is there something do you feel good about the way you look, or are you worried about it? And that can be. Are you worried about it because it affects your job, what you look like, whether or not you get cast in something, or are you even as an icon of human beauty standards, do you feel insecure?
Yeah, because I believe there are a lot of people out there that still feel insecure about themselves, because there are gym influencers or people out there who are really about fitness. And they're trying to achieve the, ideal six pack, or the perfect pecs, or the best arms.
V.
Yes. So they're trying to achieve that, but their body won't really allow them to do that. It's also really due to, say, your chemistry of your body. Maybe you can get the super six pack or 8-pack. Maybe you can't. But
I could get the super six pack, but my body chemistry wants donuts.
Yeah, donuts. Donuts are always the good answer. Because no one should turn out donuts. Oh, now that makes me think about something that we can move along to. Now, if you're at a place that has donuts for everyone, how do you feel about the people that cut donuts in halves or quarters and leaves that?
Oh, that's context dependent. Like if you bring a dozen donuts to the office, and they're an assortment of donuts.
Yes.
Sometimes people just want to try some, and sometimes they're okay. So if they're neat with the cutting and they leave sections, and this is critical. There has to be at least two of them in the office.
Okay.
So it's like someone that you need more than one person that wants a fractional donut. Otherwise, you are just leaving parts of donuts everywhere. If you have two people that each want half a donut, that works out very neatly. And
yes.
Sometimes, they can coordinate. Sometimes it just works out. And personally, I don't mind, going, at the end of the donut rush, okay, so like a couple people have cut quarters and thirds. Like my mom is particularly rigorous when it comes to sampling donuts.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah, she is. And so she will try little bits of the one she wants to try, but she doesn't want to have a whole donut. Because she's not that hungry, and she's trying to keep her little black dress going. But I am perfectly happy to sweep the remnants into my gullet.
Yeah, I understand it, but that's one of those things that kind of irk me. Just for the fact I was like, okay, I understand that you want to try a sample of this donut, fine, because you don't want the whole donut. But it also kind of pisses you off because it might be a donut that you really want. You're like, all right, maybe just say it's in an office setting. There's 3 dozen donuts. And there's only 2 of the one that you really want. Someone cuts half of it. So now you only got half of that donut because somebody else grabbed the whole one and now someone took a half of the one that you wanted. You're like, ugh.
Well, this I feel is an unfortunate side effect of your not establishing donut dominance within the office. Yeah, everyone should know what your favorite donut is, and they should know there are consequences for cutting that donut in half.
There should be, but they also do the thing where they're like, oh, I'm trying to watch my weight, do this. I was like, okay, guess what? Cool, I understand. But
it's like that line from Analyze This. What kind of sandwich ain't too fattening? A half a sandwich.
I just get to the point of I dislike that where people just want to sample the donut. You're like, okay, I understand you want to sample but fuck, like I want that whole donut.
Yeah, well, but this is like the fundamental conflict. There are some people that know what flavors they want and want to maximize the enjoyment of that flavor.
Yes.
And there are other people that don't have those favorite flavors or don't know what flavors are available, haven't tried everything. So it's like when I go to like a brewery or something, like in when I was in Asheville a while ago, not this last time, but you may or may not know this, but Asheville I think has the most most breweries per capita of any city in the United States.
Well, fact check that.
Yeah, I think that's true. But there are a lot of breweries in Asheville, and so breweries were like what we did in the evening. We went to a different brewery and tried it out, and so they usually have either their own kitchens or they'll have a food truck there. So I mean, it was like sampling the culture, but also it was sampling lots of different kinds of beers. And because we weren't regulars at any of the Asheville breweries and didn't have these beers at home, we would get flights. Yeah. And so we would just sample as much as we could. And occasionally I would come across one in a flight. Like, oh, I'm having this. So, when we were done or when we were ordering again, I would just get that. But sometimes we just got, flights of little beers all night.
Yeah, but that also makes sense because, like, you purchased that knowing that, like, this is going to be a flight of samples. And I can do whatever I want with this. But the donut thing is, like, say it's a communal thing and someone just cuts half a donut and you're like, fuck. But also, what I actually thought about too is in the settings, most of the time, everyone's an adult. You already should kind of know what donuts you want at this point.
Again, within context, because, within the Charlotte, North Carolina borders, everyone knows Krispy Kreme and everyone probably knows Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
But we had, for a while, an influx of the artisanal, trendy, expensive, big donut shops.
Yeah, because there was like $5 a donut.
Like those Duck Donuts, Pepper Box Donuts,
Duck Donuts,
your mom's donut.
Yeah,
I think the Duck Donuts that was near my mom's house closed down. So, but I know that's a chain. It started in Duck, North Carolina. So that's a chain that has probably still got shops around. Your Mom's Donuts is another Charlotte one that has. I think they're still around. I think Pepper Box closed.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
They had one in South End and one in Noda across the street from Heist Brewery.
Okay.
But they had very big, and they were very good donuts. But the common theme among these donut shops was that they were interesting new donuts. Donuts that it was like the food truck version of donut shops. So you had
one that had like Fruity Pebbles on it.
Yeah, and some of them, and this is like I used to complain about Duck Donuts in particular. I used to say it should be more accurately called Duck Donuts because they had one kind of donut with different toppings on it.
Okay.
Which if you ask some people, that is a completely separate kind of donut. The toppings identify the donut, so the donut is only there as a plate for the toppings. That is how that is the nature of the donut. Whereas I fall into the category that the donut itself, you are having a plain donut decorated different ways. If you put different things on them, you can adjust the flavor, but you're still just getting a plain donut that is with dressed up. Yeah, so I love the different kinds of donuts, like the cake donuts or the cruller, or the old fashioned or the sour cream.
The sour cream ones are really good.
Yeah, so if you make different kinds of base donuts, that is more appealing to me. But you can take a single base donut and you can decorate it and put different ingredients on it, and you can make 1,000 variations of it, which are technically not the same donut.
True.
So if you get a box full of donuts that have the same base donut with 12 different toppings, is it unacceptable to sample each of them? Because you're getting different toppings. It really depends on the toppings, I would say. Like if there's some that have chocolate and some that have like fruit on them, that's different enough. But if it's all just different colored icings and sprinkles, that you're getting flavored sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is what I'm going to just say, and to, I guess, wrap it up. Have commitment to your donut. Just commit to one donut and eat that donut. Don't be like, I'm going to sample this and this, and now someone's getting like 3/4 of a donut because like you're indecisive.
Well, I will further the argument. because we mentioned the artisanal trendy donuts. Those donuts were, as a rule, bigger than the usual donuts we're used to. Your average Krispy Kreme donut, I don't know if they've actually reduced or changed the size.
They probably changed the size.
There's probably been a slight reduction in donut diameter.
That donut technology.
Yeah. We're going to need to come back, go through old video footage and compare and contrast.
Yeah, it's gonna be one like someone's gonna show hold up a donut from 2005, and it's gonna be like this.
Or if somebody in the Charlotte area knows somebody that works at Krispy Kreme, maybe you can get the skinny for us. Because Krispy Kreme, I think they're headquartered here now. I think they started in Winston-Salem or something like that.
That
Greensboro.
is correct. They did start in North Carolina, but I forget exactly where.
Yeah, so they started nearby. They are a regional treat.
But enjoyed by everyone across the U.S.
Yeah, but if you have there was a time when I could probably house a whole box of Krispy Kreme hot, the fresh glazed ones when they're hot.
Oh yeah,
they just melt when you eat it. And
because they're soft and fluffy, and you could just be you just put it in your mouth, and you're like.
Yeah, and doing that, it's the same problem as eating potato chips. You have to make yourself stop, otherwise you're just gonna eat the whole bag.
You can't just eat one.
Yeah, this might just be why I'm fat, but this is also a problem that I think other people do have.
Yes,
but the assorted donuts, because they're also not fluffy and melty usually, but they involve more of a commitment to eat. So I couldn't eat I couldn't even pretend to eat a whole box of the donuts with the toppings on them.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you to eat a whole box. If you pick one donut, just eat that whole donut.
But what if it's an extraordinarily large donut?
Well, then fucking commit to it. Stop being a punk ass. Eat the whole donut.
Okay, now I have the perfect crown for this argument. Mm-hmm. There is a restaurant in Charlotte called Stoke. It's uptown.
Okay.
They have on their dessert menu a 1 pound donut.
Okay.
So it is meant to be shared.
Yes.
And it is entirely too big for a human being to eat healthily on their own.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go get that donut now.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
We'll report back afterwards.
We'll report back after my diabetes just skyrockets.
Diabetes.
All right. The amount of people that don't know about Wilford Brimley, it sucks. But I also take into consideration everyone can't know every actor or
especially because he hasn't been around for a while and he definitely hasn't been acting in current stuff.
Yeah, because he's dead.
Yeah, but he hadn't always been dead. He was alive for a while.
Was he really? Oh, maybe he was actually just doing Weekend Burns thing. He was just around. He's like.
That really makes Cocoon read differently.
Someone just thrusting his hips when he was doing was he didn't he actually have sex with somebody in that movie?
I don't think it was a graphic scene, but the whole point of that movie was that there were some elderly people, which I think they were actually in their 50s.
Most of them were in their 50s. I believe I looked at it. Somebody posted Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was only 52, 53.
Yeah, which calling that elderly is that hurts me.
Yeah, because it also sucks because they did a comparison. They're Wilford Brimley was 52, 53 in Cocoon, and then show Paul Rudd was around the same age when he did the last Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, of course, Paul Rudd is one of those actors that does not age.
Oh, he's a vampire. We know it.
Yeah, he drinks the blood of the young.
Yes, there's a couple actors that are like that. Paul Rudd is definitely one of those. There was another actor that a lot of people mentioned, but I forget who it is right now. But there are a few actors where you look at them, you're like, how the hell do you still look the exact same? And it's been 25 years.
Mary Steenburgen, has not aged a day in 40 years. Mm-hmm. And Andie MacDowell used to be like that, but she went from never looking different to suddenly having aged gracefully in 1 week.
Oh yeah, and that's totally fine. Because there's a lot of, I guess it's body dysmorphia, of actors or people out there that are so concerned about looking young that they do all this extreme stuff, and you're like, what happened to your face? One that I can think of is Simon Cowell. He
Yeah,
looks
I've seen
weird.
that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll display a picture right here.
Yeah, that is a picture. And if you ever saw a picture of Simon Cowell before that picture, you would be shocked.
Also, another one was Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds looked very weird towards the end of his life.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember that he had a bit of surgery done.
Yeah, well, not a bit. It was a lot because he looked like an Asian man. That's what he looked like. That's not a bad thing to look like an Asian man, but when you're
But if your name is Burt, it's a hard thing to pull off.
Burt Reynolds.
How many Asians named Burt do you know?
Exactly 3.
Really?
No.
Only 3?
Well, you got to think, and I guess in the culture for, like, say, Asian people, if they're coming to America or they need an American name, they'll pick, like, an American name. So there was, like, one guy I remember named Bert, a place where I worked at, but he was not really Bert. Like, I forgot what his actual name was, but him and his sister went by, like, he was Bert. His sister's name was Grace, but like obviously they had like a different name that was in I guess that was related to them in Asia. But
Yeah, and then there are within Asian cultures there are different naming traditions anyway. So you can have multiple names because like you may have noticed there is more than one person with the surname Li, in China.
yeah,
And I think there are really only. It is not a big number of family names in China, and like I saw a study. It was I guess a genealogical study. The way that marriage and changing of names and taking of family names works, like they're actually reducing. So at some point in the future, there will only be like 3 last names in China,
3 last
or
names.
3 family names in China because they're not last names in China.
Yeah, because I what I recall from through history when Asian people came to America and went through Ellis Island. So obviously they probably spoke like a little bit of English, but not a lot. So traditionally, Li in I guess like in China or like in Asian cultures is Li. So that's like
Well, I mean, and traditionally it wouldn't be spelled with Western letters at all,
but
which is the big problem with Americanized names.
so for like say I guess like say in Asian cultures it would be like Li. But when they came over, they were like, "Oh, last name is like, what's your last name? Lee."
Oh yeah,
so
like that dude from the Civil War. You guys must be related.
Yeah, so they changed it to Lee. Yeah. But that also happened with a lot of people that came from other countries, where they came and they're like, "Oh, what's the last name?" "Oh, it's this," and they say the last name, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to spell that."
Smith.
Your last name is Smith now.
Yeah, well, that was like one of the main plot elements to The Godfather, wasn't it? Like Don Corleone was that was the main character. I think and here I announce my ignorance. I've never actually seen the Godfather movies, any of them, which I know people are going to get angry at me about. But
get angry at him in the comments.
Yeah, the main character is his name. Within the later part of the story is Don Corleone, but he starts off as basically an orphan, or I think his parents might have put him on a boat on his own to America. So he showed up, without anyone there from the island of Corleone, and I think he had that pinned to his lapel or something like that. And so they just, they said, this kid, he's got Corleone. His name must be Corleone.
Yeah.
And so he didn't even have his own name, and that's one of the immigrant identity stories that's woven into the whole. I understand The Godfather is actually kind of a complicated story.
Yeah, it is, and it's been a while since I've seen it in its entirety. But if you're on the internet, you see tons of clips of it. But in watching it in its entirety, I know it's one of the top movies that you're supposed to watch. But I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that one right after The Inspector Wears Skirts.
Is that what that movie's called?
That's what the movie. Yeah, he sent me a clip of a Cynthia Rothrock karate kung fu fight scene, which was phenomenal.
Yes,
and we now have to watch that whole movie.
Yeah. So I came across it via I think Facebook, and she was having a battle with a guy that was doing essentially monkey style.
or like weird, stereotypically gay cat style.
Yeah.
It was really
He's like,
maybe like gerbil styles. Like it was like very small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a good choreographed fight. But the scenes that came after that were phenomenal because I just want to call that movie Dropkick City because everyone was like that dude was getting drop kicked like 8 times.
It's double leg, full on, like full body drop kick. Yeah,
Yes.
it was. Yeah, he was thoroughly beaten by the end of that scene.
Yeah, and then the fact of like 2 of these women grabbed either one of his arms, started running towards a pillar, and ran him into a pillar. I was like, you women are messed up. I was like, it's already bad enough that you beat him with, several drop kicks. Now you're like, we're gonna run you into this pillar.
In their defense, he was probably the bad guy.
Maybe, you don't know. We have to watch the movie to find out.
Cynthia Rothrock played the villain in some movies, but I think that was one of the ones where she was the star, and so if she was starring in it, she was never the villain.
Yeah, there could be star villains. There could be. I don't know, but we're going to have to watch the movie to find out if she was the good person or the bad person in this. Because like how all these women were beating up this dude I was like, okay, you guys took this way too far.
And they happened to be doing this in a room which featured every traditional kung fu weapon.
Of course.
So they were just taking turns showing, I have the 3-section staff. Oh, I have the sword. It was... They just happened to be there.
Just conveniently there because, because Daniel has his bow staff right over there.
Actually, it's upstairs.
Oh, it's up to... Well, what am I looking at right there?
That's...
You could just went with the bid, man.
I'm going to go get my bow staff.
Man, you could just went with it. They didn't know if it was actually over there or not.
Oh, look, there it is.
Shut up. See, this is why you can't do porn acting because you wouldn't be able to get into it.
Yes, that is exactly why I can't do porn acting. That is the reason.
The porn improv, you can't do it.
Yes, it's because my improv skills are insufficient, not for any other reason.
She's like, give it to me rough. You're like, well, I can give you these kind of rough, maybe. I don't want to hurt you.
Okay. To bring the topic back to improv and pornography, there's always we were discussing examples of good porno improv, but there are definitely examples of bad porno, like where the dirty talk is clearly like someone told this poor young girl that you just have to keep talking and just so it's always like, oh, do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like what I'm doing? And at some point. I'm sure this is there's got to be at least one recorded instance of this where the male talent was like, yes, I like it. Shut up.
Here, I'll give you an example. Something that occurred with me.
With you or with your is this a personal thing or is this
Yes.
what you watch?
No, personal.
Okay.
So I met up with someone, and
Cat is offering sound effects.
I met up with someone, and I was providing oral sex. I know.
You do.
Yeah, I'm a heathen. So this person decided to, amp it up by talking in between. I was like, okay, cool. A little dirty talk is fine. But instead of making statements, it was questions.
How are you supposed to answer?
I know. I got very angry about this. Because, I understand you could be like, yeah, you like that? It's big. Like, okay, cool. But it kept being questions the entire time.
Okay, now, if they were yes or no questions, you could theoretically say, mm-hmm.
No, these were... But the vast amount of questions...
Were they essay questions?
But the amount of questions was too much. So much so that I stopped. I was like, are you going to keep asking me questions? And he's like, no. I was like, okay. So then I just kind of, I tried to finish him off as best as I can to get out of there. Because once you start asking me tons of questions and I'm checked out, I don't want to be there anymore.
It's It's like, I had a thing that I was doing.
Yeah, I was doing it. Unless I was doing it terribly, which I don't. But the amount of questions that he was asking, I was like, that's too many questions. You're taking me out of this situation. Now I'm checked out. I don't want to be here anymore. It was a lot.
Like, imagine being so bad at dirty talk that you ruin your own oral sex.
Yeah. But also, like I said, there are people that are bad at it because, like, they may get one or two phrases and repeat that over and over and over and over again. I was like, variety, please. There's a variety of things that you can say.
Please just dial it back. Just grunt. It'll be fine.
Yeah, just grunt, make like moan, do something. There is so much stuff you can say or not say to get the point across. But if you keep asking someone, do you fucking like that? It's going to get old.
It's like, are you that insecure?
Like, I'm already here. I'm already naked. Yes, I'd like it. And if I didn't like it, I would just get up and leave. Like I did before.
You have a series of basically war stories. So it's like you have had some phenomenally bad people in bed.
Now, think about this. Now, I am a gay man, and I don't have tons of stories. But also...
So this is all like the same guy. All these
no,
stories.
it's not all the same guy. I could just imagine the amount of gay men out there that have a vast amount of stories about crazy shit that they did or the encounters that they have. Like, I have just a few. But I'm pretty sure there are like some that like have a catalog. They're like, oh, from 05 to 08, I'm gonna tell you these 10 stories. From 09 to 2011, I can tell you these stories.
It's like I've got a bingo card of really lousy sex acts.
Oh yeah, it's but it also really depends
Actually,
on
that would be an interesting game. Depending on your social context, like if you were having regular sex with different people, the weird sex act bingo would be a fun game.
It could be because I can definitely check off one where I went to someone's place and they showed me a video of someone getting footed.
You've told me that before, and I had blocked out that verb because I did not want it to be part of my brain. But now you have brought it back, and now I'm sad.
And now everyone is out there is sad because they're going to look up what footed is, and it's exactly what you think. Someone getting just, how Red told you to Red said he's going to put a foot up in your ass. Yeah. Essentially, that's how it happened.
Don't corrupt Red Foreman with this. No.
Too bad.
Bye.
Bye. They're like, oh, you got your... Okay, that's cute.
That's really, let me know when it launches. I'll like and subscribe. By the way, like and subscribe, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to say that.
Yeah, like,
Feels
subscribe.
dirty.
Like, subscribe, hit buttons, hit bells, do dinglings and things
Remember us.
Remember me.